Hey guys and gals, it's your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf Bushcraft, and it is 10:10 in the evening, so it's 10:10 at night. It's Tuesday, and it's 10:10 at night. Welcome to the Lone Wolf Bushcraft YouTube channel's After Dark Live. I'm your host JR, aka Lone Wolf Bushcraft. Hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. I'm enjoying some Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin spice latte, medium latte. This is a medium drink, and it looks like the size of a large at other places. So enjoying my pumpkin spice latte. Sometimes I get the caramel latte, but tonight it's pumpkin spice latte. And this is not sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. This is just a pumpkin spice latte order. Hey, what's up, Lady Coach? I'm going to show Lady Coach's comments here. Yeah, thanks, Lady Coach. So it's 10:10 at night here in Midwest Indiana. I think over in the Philippines and also in Hong Kong, it might be a morning there. I know for sure it's morning over in the Philippines. So it's evening here. It's Tuesday evening here in Midwest Indiana, USA. Hope you guys and gals are doing well, no matter where you're watching this from around the world. Once again, my name is JR, aka Lone Wolf Bushcraft. If you end up liking the content you see here on the Lone Wolf Bushcraft YouTube channel, please give me a like and subscribe. Don't forget to drop a comment down below whenever you watch any of my videos. And yeah, I like hearing from you guys and gals when you drop a comment down on my videos, which is really cool. And I also like when you, it really helps out when you hit like and you like a particular video, because it lets me know which content you really enjoy. So that's one of the ways to help out my channel, which is super cool. So yeah, I got the pumpkin spice latte going on. I got my chopped bowl of fruit going on here. And I got the drink that Jack doesn't like me to drink at all whenever he Coca-Cola Zero. Jack doesn't like that. And then the other thing, what else do I got going on? Oh, I got a little bit of half lemonade, half tea. And it's the Arnold Palmer Light half and half. It's called the half and half iced tea, half lemonade going on. So that's pretty cool. Lady Coach is done to sharing. She's a really cool channel. You're welcome, bro. It's 5 a.m. Wow, it's 5 a.m. over there. And here it's 10:14 at night here on Tuesday. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, Lady Coach is a really cool channel. She helps both small and large channels reach out in the YouTube community, which is cool. So yeah, tonight's live stream is pour whatever your favorite drink is. Come in and sit a while. I clipped, I made a copy. So I copied the, I made a copy to the clipboard. So if anyone wants to enter the stream, and then every once in a while I will paste in the comment section in case anyone wants to come up. So, but like I said, tonight's live stream is open chat. And I do have work in the morning, so I did think about doing a campfire tonight, and I was afraid that if I did that, I'd probably be out there way too late. So that's why I didn't do a campfire this evening, because I do have work in the morning, like really early. I normally get up like at 5:20 in the morning. But I still wanted to come on live. I still wanted to come and do a live stream. So, so what I'll talk a little bit, at least, I mean, this will turn into an open chat if someone starts to come up. But tonight I want to talk about how you can get into bushcrafting, or you can at least try bushcrafting before you start to buy all the expensive equipment. There are some, you can still get a really good knife, especially like a Moore knife. And some of my favorite bushcrafters are Cold Cracker Bushcraft. Another one is Ray Mears. One of the legends of bushcraft has been gone for a little while now. And they had done a bushcrafting summit, and they brought up the, and I think I think it's a bushcraft workshop. But yeah, and that's on a YouTube video. It's so neat whenever I click on one of these YouTube videos and it's showing people doing bushcraft shops. And I want to say, oh, that's terrible. Here I'm on live stream. I'm trying to think of the names that I saw come to the bushcraft workshop. Anyways, I've yet to attend one of these bushcraft workshops, but sometimes there's really big names at some of these, and some of them put on their own workshops. I believe Ray Mears, he's a big name in the outdoor community. So Ray Mears, he has his own special place. And yeah, he does some really serious workshops. Bushcrafting and surviving out in the snow and surviving out in the woods. And then, of course, there's Survivor Man. I watched that. Now, that's not bushcrafting. That's actually Survivor Man. And that one's really cool. Alone's a cool one to watch because you watch people put bushcrafting skills into, when Alone you can find on the History Channel if you got a streaming service or cable. I love watching some of those Alone because, and it shows a mixture of men and women dealing what it's like to be alone. And so it's super cool. And some of the tasks you see them do are fire building's a big one because they're usually fighting the elements in the show Alone. And so you got to know how to build a campfire, and you got to know different ways to build a campfire. One of my favorite ways to build a campfire is first developing like a dry nest bundle out of really small sticks and some dry grass. And just getting a really dry bundle and then using your knife and a ferro rod and striking that ferro rod. And the sparks from the ferrocerium rod are really, really hot. And you can even even if you were starting a fire in the rain, of course, you'll have to dry your materials out, especially if some of your materials got rained on. Your first night, you may not be able to build a campfire, especially if all your materials are wet. But what's neat about the ferrocerium rod, and they got various types. They got some that are that small. They got some that are that big. I got one that's even this big, and it's got that kind of a circle circumference. So, yeah, that's my favorite way to, I think. My favorite wood to burn, or that I like to burn outdoors, is birch wood. But what's funny is I usually start my campfire with some, like I said, a real dry nest bundle that's filled with all kinds of dry materials like dry grass and dry wood. And I do really fine curl. It's where you take your knife and you got a stick and you're just sliding your knife and you're making really small wood shavings. And then you put that in a pile. And so that's one of the ways to build a campfire. Another way is people, you've probably seen them in stores a lot. It looks like a silver block, and then It almost looked like it's got glued to the silver block, this ferro rod, right? And what you do is, and it's got directions on the whenever you buy these things, and sometimes they say Coleman on it, or sometimes they say another name, but it's like a silver block. I want to say it's about that fat, about this tall, and it's got a ferro rod. Looks like it's glued on the inside of it. Well, with that one is it's what it is. It's a silver magnesium block, and you're supposed to do like a quarter size worth of shavings, right? And once you get that quarter size shavings done, you can put those shavings inside your tinder bundle there, and then you strike your ferro rod, and then what it does, it lights those silver magnesium shavings, and then that starts your fire too. The most common way I start a fire is normally with my Bushcraft knife and my ferrocerium rod. That's usually, and then of course you can do it with matches and a lighter. Whenever I'm outdoors, I try to make sure I have a ferrocerium rod. This is even if I'm hiking in the woods. I try to carry a ferrocerium rod. I try to carry a thing of matches with me and a lighter. Sometimes I don't have matches on me, but I do at least have a ferrocerium rod, and I do have a lighter on me. And I even carry those with me. Even if I go on a day hike, I'm carrying a small little fire kit in case an emergency I had to create a campfire. So, and then the other thing you learn in bushcraft is you learn how to build a shelter. And one of the easiest shelters to build is when you get a really long stick and you put it up against a tree. So here's the tree, here's the long stick, and you kind of put it at an angle, right? This long stick, here's your long stick you're putting up against the tree. And then you want to build that shelter just big enough for your body to fit in. And you're putting it really low to the ground. So when you crawl in your shelter, and I believe they call it an A-frame shelter. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I do have a book right here I can show you guys. And here's one of my favorite books written by Dave Canterbury. It's called Bushcraft 101. And I love the title of it, A Field Guide to the Art of Wilderness Survival. So, and Dave Canterbury, the way he talks about survival, he says when you're a bushcrafter, you're not just trying to survive out in the woods, you're actually trying to thrive. So, but yeah, fire building is a really good one. But I want to show you the shelter I like to build. And actually, this shelter I'm going to show you was the one of the guys who actually won alone had built this kind of shelter. So let me go to it. I'm trying to go to the shelter part. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There it is right there. So you see how he's got that? See how he's got this really long stick up against a tree? And then this is, in this picture here, he puts all the debris on it. So first it starts out like that. Your A-frame does, your A-frame shelter. And then you leave a large enough opening, which is right here. You leave a large enough opening so you can crawl in there. And then, of course, you put your debris on it. So, and that debris is a mixture of leaves, and sometimes you can find big things, patches of moss. But you're to really pack it really finely in there. You put a lot of, basically it's a debris shelter that's in an A-frame. But you want to put as much debris as it as you can so that way no water leaks in. If you leave too many gaps in your A-frame shelter, at night you'll have, especially if it rains, it won't protect you from the rain. So, yeah, I can't emphasize that enough. If you're building an A-frame shelter for, to protect you from the elements. So, yeah, if you put plenty of moss and plenty of leaves, and basically I've seen moss used as shingles for that A-frame uh, shelter. So, and like I said, one of the guys that won the Alone actually built an A-frame shelter, a debris shelter, and yeah, another guy that won it built a more elaborate shelter. He built. It was in a instead of an A-frame, he built like a circular shelter, and oh man, there's a specific name for it. But anyways, it's a shelter in a circle, and it the top of that shelter comes to a point, but it's like a cone that's been placed on top of it. And I'm trying to think of the name of it. And I just got a tent that's in the shape of it too, of the name of that particular shelter. What it's almost like an octagon shape. The circle is, um, and it looks like he put a lot of sticks around the circle shelter that one of the guys won on Alone. Um, God, what the hell is the name of it? Yurt. He built a yurt structure. So, yeah, I guess around the world, some people build yurt structures, and some of these yurts have been made of lots of different sticks and also lots of different debris. And in that yurt structure that the guy built while he was on Alone, he put in a fireplace. So it's so neat. And I saw a couple that participated when they did a couples version of Alone. And they also built a yurt-like structure, and then they also put in a place where they could have a campfire inside their shelter. Um, Now, the guy that made the debris shelter, the A-frame, he didn't put any. He didn't have a campfire in his shelter. So the main thing a lot of them faced when participating in Alone was, and first they had to prove they could build a shelter. They had to prove that they could build a campfire. They also had to prove that they could trap a little bit by using snare wire to catch small game. They had to prove they could process that game. And one of the participants was a hunter, and another participant was like a bushcrafter, and then another one was like a survivalist. And then there was another one on there that was more like an amateur, like he was an amateur at bushcraft and surviving. That one of them really impressed me because his background was not bushcrafting or in surviving, but just had a basic knowledge of bushcrafting and a basic knowledge of fishing. And the dude had a really basic knowledge of shelter building. But what was so impressive is this guy had a lot of good luck fishing while he was on one of the Alone seasons, and he lasted a good while out there. Now, some of these places where they have done the Alone show, sometimes it was the remote part of Canada, and sometimes it was in Patagonia, and so each of these areas they picked had really different elements. Like I think one that was like in a rare Canada area. Not only did you have to contend with the weather, you also had to contend with the wildlife that's there. And so that was interesting to see how they dealt with that, how the contestants dealt with that on Alone. I think one area had an area that they had to look out for wolves and bears. Another area they had to look out for bears and also large moose. And then I think another area they had to look after bobcats. So, and then another area they had to look after black bears. So each show of Alone was very interesting. What's up, Risa? How you doing? Welcome to the After Dark Live show. I'm talking about the show Alone, Risa. Welcome in. So yeah, throughout this live stream, I'll be showing off channel names so you guys can check out these channels as well as I'm talking on my live stream here. please give these channels a look. And if you end up liking the content you see of these channels, then give them a like and subscribe. So yeah, what's funny, the most interesting about the whole series of Alone, it showed how you got to see people's reaction. A lot of these men and women that showed up on Alone, of course, the reason they were allowed to come on is they showed off all their skills. They could build a campfire, they could build a shelter, they could catch small games. They also knew how to prepare small games. Uh, One person even dried out the meat so they could. It was almost like they made it like a jerky. Like I think one guy made almost like a fish jerky. He dried the meat out really well, and so the neat thing about that, he could extend his food, right? But this guy, one of the guys that was doing that, drying out meat to eat later, he wasn't. He was rationing it too much, and he rationed it so much that he lost too much weight. And that's another thing. They come out and do these medical checks on you, and you actually can be taken off the show if you lose too much weight while you're out there on Alone. But it was amazing because basically you have to live out there longer than the other contestants on Alone. So it was neat how but what's funny is, so they qualified, right? So I mean, first they send in these small videos showing they know how to make a campfire, showing how they know how to make shelter. Some, like I said, some of them were bushcrafters, some of them were hunters. Some of them knew a little bit of both bushcrafting and hunting skills. And so these people definitely qualified. But when they showed up there, or when they got selected, they still had to show that they had these skills, right? And then once they got selected for it, I think they were allowed to take 10 items with them out into the outdoors. And so yeah, so they had to be really selective what 10 items they took. Some of them picked an axe, some of them picked a really large knife, some of them picked a saw. What are other things they picked? Some of them picked a ferro rod to take with them. Um, yeah, so, and then I think some of them took a tarp. So, yeah, and I'm sure on Alone they give you a whole list of items that they can take. But I believe it was 10. And I think another time I saw they let them take 12 items out there with them to the outdoors. But yeah, I think a tarp was the big one. A lot of people took a tarp with them when they went into the outdoors. So, anyways, like I said, uh, the first Alone, there was lots of different men and women going out by themselves. Of course, they were helicoptered to this remote location. And at first, they're all meeting each other, and they're all having a good time because they're all happy to be on the show Alone. But then they have experts in that area telling them what they're allowed to hunt and what they're not allowed to hunt. So certain animals were protected wherever they were hosting. Like, let's say in Patagonia, there may be a specific animal that's protected in that area that they're not allowed to hunt while they're trying to survive outdoors. So, and like I said, in some of these locations, not only did they have to contend with the animals in that area, they also had to contend when the weather rapidly changes. And sometimes the weather would get really, really cold, and they would have a hard time fishing. So, of course, that affected their survival if they couldn't catch any fish. And so, yeah, it made their ordeal tougher if they couldn't catch any fish. What's up, Ellie's Adventure Vlogs? So, hey, guys, make sure you check out Ellie's Adventure Vlogs. And if you like his content, please give him a like and subscribe. Hey, Ellie. So, anyways, these men and women had participated as well, right? And then I think that eventually uh, they had family members going out in two sets of two. Um, One would be dropped off at the location, and the other one was given a compass, and they had to go find that family member at that undisclosed location. So the one that was dropped off in the middle of nowhere. That person was supposed to start building the shelter. So by the time their family member got to them, the shelter would be built, and they could start making their plans on how to survive out there. So another show I used to watch besides Alone was called Dual Survivor. So that's a pretty good show. Um, and I think in Dual Survivor they try to drop them off, or they try to send them locations where people have actually perished when trying to survive. And so they would come up with these really neat scenarios. The most common of the scenarios on the Dual Survivor was they pretended their car got broken down. And so, what elements in your car could you use to affect your survival? So, um, I know sometimes when some people go on trips, they'll pack some sandwiches or they'll pack some snacks and some drinks. So, let's pretend your car broke down. Well, all right, how many snacks are left? How many drinks are left? And then, in a lot of survival situations, they have to decide whether to stay in place or go get help, right? And some experts have suggest you stay with your vehicle. One, because sometimes it's easier to spot. And I know on some of these handkerchiefs that's got survival techniques. Like if you go to the Self Reliance Outfitter store, um, you can see they got these different colored handkerchiefs. So one of them's bright orange. And then also, if you take like a glow stick, and let's say you're hoping to get fined, or you're hoping someone finds you, right? Your car's broken down. Well, a lot of people sometimes in their emergency kits have these glow sticks, right? So you break it a little bit so it starts glowing at night, and then you connect it to a string, and then you go like this, right? You start really moving as fast as you can. And eventually, it creates this huge circle that's luminous, and that's one of the tricks you can use for survival when trying to get rescued. So, because sometimes when people go out or when they drive to a location, um, sometimes they don't have a GPS button that they can just press to get rescued. Uh, Now, there is this one guy that I do watch on YouTube. He's called Nut and Fancy, and he does go off the. He doesn't say the locations he goes to. One, because he wants these locations to stay special. So, and I believe, yeah, he does some of his adventures in Utah. But it's so neat. He'll hike up to these lake areas, and he doesn't say what lake he's at, but sometimes, and he carries like about 80 pounds on his back. And he does carry a few extra items. One, because when he gets to his location, he sets up his camp. And there's some things he just like, I think one of the things he carries on his back is this inflatable raft that he can inflate. And he gets out on the lake and then does some fishing. So he enjoys that. And once again, his channel's name is Nut and Fancy. He's a retired Air Force colonel. But but he does have one of those GPS things he can press for help. And so that's really cool. Um, I didn't realize there's tons of people that go missing in our national parks here in the United States. A lot of people go missing. And some of them, in some of these cases, when they finally find the person, of course, the person has passed away. But in some certain instances, they've only traveled just a little bit off the path, right? Off the trail. And I all I can think of is sometimes when people get lost, and I haven't experienced this outdoors, but I have experienced while driving in my car. I know there's no comparison to it. But one time I've taken a certain direction in my car, and I'm going down the street, and then all of a sudden I realize I'm lost. Right, like and my first thing I want to do is panic. Right, when I get lost. But then what I do try to do, I pull, especially if I'm driving. I pull over, I take a deep breath. And first, I acknowledge that I'm lost, and two, I go, okay, what can I do about it? And in one case, I just decided to just drive back to the location I first started out, or when I knew I tried to take a new direction, right? But now that we got GPS and stuff, it's a lot harder to get lost. But you still can, though. You still can get lost. Um, but yeah, I do notice if you ever, especially if you're out in the woods and you get lost or get lost on the trail, first thing and by the way, I'm not an expert. This is just advice I've heard from reading and watching YouTube videos as well. Um, anyways, the first thing they tell you is to take a knee and take deep breaths. First, you got to relax. You got to acknowledge your survival situation. Just acknowledge it right away. But the best thing to do is relax. You got to relax your brain. You got to take some deep breaths. And the point is to clear your head. If you stay in that panic mode, you're not going to think correctly. You're going to make really bad decisions. Hey, what's up, Deborah? How's it going, Deborah? Deborah's a really cool channel. She live streams daily, and she talks to everybody in the chat when she live streams daily, which is pretty cool. So please give her channel a look, and if you like the content you see of Deborah Orat's channel, give her a like and subscribe. So, hey, I'm doing well, Deborah. Thanks for asking. So in a lot of these survival situations, like I said, in a lot of these national parks, people they don't stay on the trail, they go adventure off, but they don't mark when they leave their trail, they don't mark it in any way. Or while they're going into the woods, they're still not marking their trail at all. And, oh, you're welcome. Hey, what's up, Neats Vlogs? How's it going? There's another channel to check out. So check out NIMZ. I'm showing off in case I'm not going to pronounce the channel right. So give this channel a look as well, guys. So like I said, at these national parks where people get lost, when they leave the trail, they don't. And at a lot of these national parks, they try to tell people to stay on the trail. Because at a lot of these national parks, the trails are clearly defined, and you can clearly see the trails. Now, I know when I went to Brown County State Park, which isn't a national park, but it's a Brown County State Park, the trails are pretty defined, but there were parts of the trail that got cluttered a little bit, but for the most part, they stayed defined, the trails did. And then one time I went camping in Brown County State Park. And one time, so I was camping in Brown County State Park. I took this trail I was not familiar with, and I just went on it for a while just to see, where it ended, right? I kept walking and walking. And all of a sudden, I got really uncomfortable because I noticed I hadn't seen anybody in a long while. So I kept walking down this trail, right? And so I'm walking down this trail, having a good time, but realized I haven't seen anyone for a really long time on the trail. And so all of a sudden, I started getting really uncomfortable because I haven't seen anyone in a while. Hey, what's up, Sean? So make sure you guys check out the Sean Tuber channel as well. And if you like his content, give him a like and subscribe. So anyways, I'm going down this trail in Brown County State Park that I'm not familiar with, right? And like I said, the reason I got uncomfortable on that trail is I I went on this trail for a really long time. I wasn't familiar with it, but I am in Brown County State Park. I'm camping for the night. Um, it wasn't getting dark or anything. Hey, what's up, the O Show? Hey, Owen. Yeah, make sure you guys and gals give the O Show a check out his channel as well. He's got a really cool content on his channel. If you do end up like seeing the content you see, give the O Show a like and a subscribe. So, anyways, I'm going down this trail, right, that I'm not familiar with, and all of a sudden I realize I haven't seen a soul for a while. So since I was not familiar with this channel, hey, yep, good fun, Owen. So since I wasn't familiar with this since I wasn't familiar with this particular trail, I'm just pasting my thing here in the comments here. So like I said, I wasn't familiar with this particular trail. But what made me uncomfortable is I hadn't seen a soul in a while, right? But the cool thing about it, the sun was still out. It wasn't getting dark or anything. But what I decided, since I wasn't familiar with that trail in Brown County State Park, I decided to do a U-turn. I got just enough uncomfortableness since I hadn't seen a soul on that trail. And I realized I wasn't familiar with that trail, and I really didn't know where it ended at. So, and parts of that trail was, I went pretty far down that trail, and parts of the trail were starting to get covered by debris, just from lots of growth that happened in certain areas. So I paid attention to my surroundings, and I decided to turn around and go back. One, because I didn't know where that trail ended, and two, I hadn't seen a soul in a really long time. And so I call it my spidey sense. My spidey sense said to me, all right, let's turn back before it does start getting dark, because we really don't know where this trail ends. So now one thing, even though I am really familiar with the trails in Brown County State Park, I have never steered off the trail in Brown County State Park. And that's even with the trails I'm familiar with. I usually do not venture off the trail. So, but what's really wild, a lot of people who have gone missing in a lot of these national parks have done that. They've gone off the trail. And so, yeah, it's super scary when that happens. All right. Hey, Sean, give me a thumbs up if you're not playing any music. Cool. Right on. Do.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going? Let me pick my favorite layout here.
Cool.
I have a favorite. Yeah, I have a layout I like to pick. I think that one's my favorite layout.
There you go. That's a good one.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. I see you got all our friends up in here.
Yeah, I was talking about how people go missing. I couldn't believe it until I researched it on YouTube. There's tons of people that go missing on these national parks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and what happens is in some cases they weren't found. They're found, right? Of course, they're not found alive, but they hadn't even gone that far off the trail, right? A lot of people think, a lot of people think that some of these people that get lost have gone way, way off the trail, and they have found that too. But I'm shocked how many times they found someone that isn't very far from the trail. And on YouTube and some of these suggestions they make, first they tell people to calm down. Like if the person acknowledges they're lost or really off the beaten path, the first thing they tell them is to take a knee and calm down as much as possible so they clear their head. And in some cases, when they tried to find their way back, what they didn't realize is they're moving in a circle. For some reason, the way they keep walking like this, they're actually moving in a large circle, and sometimes that's why they never find their way back to the trail.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I was telling my audience one time when I had that panic feeling when I was in Brown County State Park. I didn't go off the trail, but I was on a trail that I wasn't familiar with there, and the sun hadn't started to go down yet. But I realized I hadn't seen a soul in a really long time. So I paid attention to how I was feeling. I decided to turn it around and just head back where I came originally. But
Yeah. Yeah,
but yeah,
that's
they
always
say
best, right? If you're not
yeah.
sure, just turn around, go back where you came
Mm-hmm.
from.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So but even I even do that on trails that I am familiar with. I
And
still
even the maps
eschew.
are not so good, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Here, can
here's
you plug
what's
this
neat.
in? Go plug that in. I can't
That's
go in there. Go. Sorry.
that's funny you mentioned maps. There's tons of apps out there where people can get a full map of the area they're going to be at. And so those are cool because they can show you terrain and markers to look for. So that's kind of cool. And another,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh yeah, and another thing. So that's another cool thing you can do before you go to a big area, whether it's a state park or whether it's a really large wilderness park. You can actually get maps of the area and have them downloaded permanently to your phone, so you don't even have to worry about Wi-Fi, right?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. So they do suggest that to people to get a map of the area, so that way they can, they have a map they can rely on for an emergency if they had to. And what's neat about some of these maps, it'll show water terrains and it'll show mountainous terrains, and basically, then it would give you stuff you could actually look for when trying to find your way back. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because you're not sure when you're looking at those maps if they're any good, if they're accurate,
Right.
what to refer to.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a trail near me about 20 miles from my house, um, and you want to go and explore, but you're just not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you go around, you check it out. You're like, I wonder where this goes. You look at the map. You're like, well, I don't see how I can get back to my car from here, so I better
Mm-hmm.
not take that trail.
Yeah. I like what this one guy does, but he's really familiar. His name is Nothing Fancy, is the name of his channel. And he does go off the beaten path a lot, but mainly because he doesn't want to contend with the public. And he packs like 80 pounds worth of stuff on his back, and
Oh, he's
he'll hike.
serious. Yeah.
So he'll hike to these unknown locations. But what's neat is he has a GPS he could press. He tells his family exactly where he's going, and
Okay.
and then they can actually track him on his GPS while he's going to his location. So that's probably the best way if you were going to go off trail. Make sure you had a GPS on you. But
Sonny, you want a GPS? Huh? You want a GPS we can strap on you?
birds seem to have a natural GPS.
Yeah, somehow, huh?
My dad told me this story when I was really, really young. I guess me and my brother, we were in grade school, and I went off. Me and my brother went off walking alone, right? Well, I guess the way I followed my way back to the campsite is I followed this stream I knew went by our campsite. And my dad said, "How did you find your way back?" And I don't remember this. Is my dad telling me this story. I said, "Well, Dad, I remember you saying make sure you grab this stream and it leads back to the camp." And so that was some remote camping in Colorado. And I'm just amazed when my dad told me that story that's how I found my way back to camp in Colorado.
There you go. Yeah.
And when I was in the Boy Scouts, I went camping. But they laughed at me because one time they were trying to get me to earn all kinds of merit badges and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was honest with them, said, "Hey, man, I'm in this just to go outdoors and camping. I told him I wasn't worried about how many badges I collected or anything. I was totally honest with him. I said, I'm just out here to be outdoors. So.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I was talking about on the live stream is I love that show Alone. And people's reaction when they first get dropped off at the unknown location. Some of them are really happy. And then some of them, when they see that helicopter finally leave their sight, they're like, oh my God, I am really, really alone, right?
Yeah.
And they, some of them, they were excited, because they looked at adventures, and then others thought, oh man, did I make a mistake?
Right.
So there were people that had reactions like that. So, but
Yeah. That's a cool show. I watched 2 seasons of that show. It's pretty cool.
yeah, it is really cool. It is a really cool show. But yeah, it's really interesting. But one of the things I saw people, you think, I mean, none of them had trouble building a shelter. None of them had trouble building a campfire. But one of the things that they didn't realize how much, I guess, they'd missed their friends and family. So that was kind of
Yeah.
wild to
Yeah.
see
That
them
is
deal with
wild.
that. Yeah. And some of them weren't prepared for that. They thought they were, but they weren't prepared for it.
Yeah, because they wish they could be there with them, experiencing it with them. The beauty that
Yeah.
they're seeing. The experience that they're going through. They get lonely out there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're all
Yep.
human, and when we're by ourselves, we have thoughts, and those thoughts just take us to these
Yep.
dark places.
Now
Yeah.
I love some of the shelters some of them built. Some of them built small shelters. Some of them built shelters that almost look like a yurt. And then this one lady almost made it like a makeshift. She used a tarp, but almost kind of made it feel like a cabin. And of course, some of them would even try to put fireplaces in their shelters. So it was
Oh
really
yeah,
wild.
they
Yeah.
they get in trouble when they put fireplaces in their shelter.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, they got to make sure there's proper ventilation for their campfire. Yeah.
Yeah, they could burn down their shelter, and then they got to start
Oh.
from scratch. Or
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Or sometimes their shelter, they thought things were tight on their roof, and all of a sudden the roof would just go like that. That happened to them a few times because I guess they didn't make sure the cordage was tight on the top of their roof, and it just.
yeah,
But the most quickest way, my favorite shelter, if I had to build one real quick, is like here's a tree, and then you take a really long stick and kind of push it up against that tree like that. And
hmm
then here, I'll show you a picture of it. They call it an A-frame house,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
I'm familiar. Yeah.
yeah, and they do it like a. But it's one of my favorite shelters to build because, oh look, here we go. Doo-doo-doo. I want to show off the one that I was talking about though. Well, here's some. A lot of bushcrafters make this kind of shelter,
Yeah.
and then this one kind of reminds me of a tent.
Yeah.
But I want to find the one that I was. Here it is. This is my favorite one to build if I had to survive.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They call that A-frame, and they say you're supposed to build it just enough to cover your body.
Yeah.
I think another person's coming up here. Here we go. Here's Ellie. Hey, Ellie, give me a thumbs up if you're not playing any music. Yeah, yeah. Don't play any music, Ellie. Cool. Da da da. Do, 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 do. Let me add you here. How's it going, Ellie?
My good, my
Hey,
heavenly brother.
Ellie.
Hey, Sean Tip, and congratulations on getting 1,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, congratulations!
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sean.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, Ellie, have you ever watched the show alone?
Yeah, I did. I did the first season, not the second or third or whatever. Didn't get into much. It's always
That's
the same
cool.
thing, you know. I mean, it gets boring. Yeah. Anyway,
Hey,
Hey,
what's
Flexi
up?
girl.
yeah. Hey,
How's it
Flexi
going,
girl,
Flexi
JP.
girl?
Yeah. And subscribe to Ellie's Adventure Vlogs the correct way, the legitimate way.
Yeah, during my live stream, I try to show off people's comments, and then I ask people to check out the channel. And then when I'm wrapping things up on the live stream, I then try to show. I go to the very top comment of the very first one, and then I try to go through them all as I'm ending the live stream to show up all the comments again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I'm hoping whoever rewatches the live stream will check out these channels as well. Is what I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to
So-
say the Osho. Have you sent that thing for me? Have you sent it already, the Osho? Sonny! I love you, Sonny.
Sonny.
I've been
Yeah.
liking some of the music that JB vlogs sometimes when she wants to do something really quick to keep her audience entertained while she's doing something, it's really cool music and a video graphics that's going on.
Oh,
in
it's
JB's
called
blog.
Restream. Yeah, Restream.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah,
And it's like non-copyright music. Yeah.
yeah, I know. It's so dumb.
It's
so
really
baby.
cool. But
And it's not overpowering, and it comes in really clear.
Yeah. Hey, Sonny, don't poo on your daddy. Don't do no caca.
oh God.
He did that on Sean Tuber's live stream yesterday when
Oh
Sonny
yeah,
burnt poo on
it
him.
happens. It happens. Yep.
Then he
Yep.
goes,
Doesn't
they're
it? Yeah,
talking
it
about
does.
me.
Yeah, baby.
That's funny. They say it's tough to compete with animals and also kids.
Yeah.
It's so funny. He's looking at the camera. That's so funny.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you guys, how you doing?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and thanks, Sean Tuber, for playing my videos.
Yeah, you deserve it. You did good on the Hangman game.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I did. Yeah. You should join in as well, Lauren. It's a good game. Monster Hangman.
Yeah, you
Oh,
should.
oh yeah.
You
I
have
had
before.
A blast. Yeah, I had a blast that one time I was doing. It was really cool. So, Ellie, what did you think of people's reaction when they first dropped off from the helicopter on Alone? Some of the reactions were
the very first season
the first season you watched. Yeah, what did you think of it?
That's cool.
Of people's reaction. How do you think you would react in that situation if you were dropped at an undisclosed location?
I would, take a sharp axe, knife, and warm stuff to stay nice and warm, and like build like a forever cabin or something if I had more time, heaps of time.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of people on the other seasons, they would build a temporary quick shelter, and then they would build a little bit larger shelter for a longer stay.
Exactly.
But I think the first few nights they built a temporary shelter while they were building their bigger shelter.
Right.
I'd rather build the bigger shelter with a chainsaw. I cut the trees down properly, heaps of them, and then use that for cabin.
Yeah, they don't give you a chainsaw though, Ellie.
Yeah,
I would buy it, you know what I mean?
But there's this one guy. He's not alive anymore, but he went and built a cabin out in the wilderness, and he used a lot of different traditional tools while he did it. But I think he did use. No, I can't remember if he did use a chainsaw. I can't remember. But he let some of his timber dry. He did it in stages and months while he was building his cabin.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just found the show Alone very fascinating because it showed how people reacted to the wilderness, and then in some cases they not only did they have to worry about the animals in the area, there were certain animals they weren't allowed to hunt.
Why
and then
is
I think I think there was this one small deer, and I can't remember if it was Patagonia. But anyways, there was certain special protected deer they weren't allowed to eat. So yeah,
but that one guy,
things like that.
That one guy shot that moose, I think, and he was like set for like the whole time he was there until a wolverine came around and took
stole it.
his meat.
Oh,
and stole it.
Yeah, but what you do, you outsmart the wolverine. You have to put the meat up very high.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh
but
yeah,
he messed up something. I forget what.
What's scary is in some places they had to contend with bobcats, bears, and like you said, a large moose.
Hi, Winnie's.
Yeah. Hey, Winnie's. And the way to get rid of bobcat and bears, sound. You need to make sure you put tripwires for sound. You get what I mean?
Yeah, black bears seem to be can get scared pretty easily with sound.
Yeah, and brown bears too can get scared as well. Both.
I'm always shocked when I watch one of these nature channels where people are fishing right next to the grizzly bears that are also fishing for salmon.
Yeah.
I shake my head when I see that. I'm like,
because man, if the bear's hungry, it's gonna freaking kill you.
You're near one of the biggest carnivores in the world.
Yeah,
and you're fishing
from
right
the
next to
dinosaur times.
Well, he would much rather eat a fish than you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got another person. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
the donut show. Pies are 14.
Eating fish?
Hey,
Who's eating fish? G'day,
G'day,
Sean, Ellie.
hey.
So, Owen,
What's
did
happening?
you get to see any of the Alone
What?
series? Did you
The
get to watch
Alone?
any of the show called Alone that shows up on the History Channel?
No,
Or
no, I haven't seen it.
have you got to watch any kind of survival, like Dual Survivor or any kind of Survivor shows? Have you watched any of those?
I don't watch those
Okay.
ones. No.
Yeah, I'm saying.
When
I just
you-
want to
He does. He does his own Survivor show. Lone Wolf.
Yeah, it's called.
Well, I live in Australia. We're always surviving. With them.
We're always surviving. I like that. So, what places have you camped out in the bush?
For me,
Ah.
like I've camped at my dad's not his friend's shed farm, but I camped one time at John Morris's farm in Durrandurra in his shed.
Oh, cool. So,
Yeah,
Owen, do you have a
I
favorite
stuffed
place?
up anyway alone, so they kicked us out of there. He was very angry at us, even to this day.
Oh, wow.
He needs to not be a cockhead anymore and just move on.
Don't-
I'm just saying
now,
the truth,
Ellie,
so-
Now, Ellie, don't you know a few people that have farms that allow you to camp on their farm? Or did I hear that wrong?
So when
I've
he
got
goes
one
to the
now
doctor,
in
does he
Obron.
get
I can go to the one in
subscribed to-
Obron.
Oh, cool.
subscribed? You're a cockhead. Take 3 of these a day.
That's pretty funny.
But have you
is
sent
there-
that thing to me anyway? I showed my mate. Have you sent it?
So, Owen,
Oh, I'm packed.
is there a favorite place you have gone camping, or have you ever gone camping before?
Yeah, I go camping all the time. I've been
Yeah, with
camping
his
all
mate.
over.
What's his name again? I showed the one that broke the rope.
Where's your
Hooch.
favorite place to go camping in
Hooch.
Australia?
Everywhere's different. I've camped everywhere in Australia. Not everywhere, but every state.
Oh,
I've
cool.
been
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been camping. We go camping all the time. We've gone around Australia about 3 or 4 times.
Have you camped in
I've
New
got
South Wales before? I show
Yeah.
in the
And,
town, the area called Durrandurra.
No.
Come here, Osho. I'll take you. Honestly,
See, I imagine the O Show making some really good campfire food.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We go because we camp a lot in Tasmania,
yeah.
and we go fishing a lot, and we get a lot of seafood and stuff. So we always go. Oh, look out!
Yeah.
We always go when there's
He heard about all that good fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we got
Wow.
in the national park, Lone Wolf. We got feral deer and feral pigs. I can shoot in Durrandurra.
You
I
can't,
need
you can't
to-
shoot. You can't shoot them in the national park though, Ellie.
Yeah, I can.
You can't shoot them.
I can, Osho.
Fuck.
You
I
can't-
like
you
how
can't- you
I
can't-
like
you
how
can't- You can't kill animals in the national park.
Yeah, I
It's
can.
illegal.
The neighbor said I can. His
No,
name
no,
is
no,
John
no.
Buckley,
your,
Osho.
your
There's
neighbor's
nobody.
wrong.
Even the prime minister, the president can't kill. No one can kill anything in national parks.
Can I say
That's
something,
why it's a
Osho? I
national
spoke
park.
to
That's
this
why it's
sheep
called
farm
a national
owner.
park.
Yeah,
Keep
can I
them
say
on.
something,
Keep them
Osho?
honest, Owen. Keep them honest.
Yeah, you can't chop down trees. You can't kill animals.
And that's true here in the States too,
Because
Ellie. That's
the
it's not
farmer-
just
This is not
us.
1800s, okay?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I know, Sean, too, but that's not 800.
Hey,
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying, basically,
Now
his
I
name
will
is
tell
John
you
Buckley.
this.
He told me I can shoot the feral deer and feral pigs. A lot of hunters shoot them.
well,
Who's
he's
the
telling
fame-
you, he's giving you the wrong information. You're
Advice,
not allowed
yeah.
to kill any.
Well,
not allowed to
maybe
kill
you're-
any animals in.
Well, in exceptions
National
of
parks.
in exceptions of survival, right?
Yeah.
Like if you weren't doing it to eat it, you were doing it just because you didn't want to get killed by the animal.
Yeah,
maybe.
if you're defending yourself, yeah.
Right,
Like, you
that's a
I'm
little
going there
different.
to eat for food. I'm trying to get.
Don't
them
do
food.
it because you're hungry.
No.
Don't do it 'cause-
You're not allowed to do that. You can't rip up plants. You can't take
Right.
plants away. You can't do any of
Yeah,
that in national
yeah.
parks.
No,
Which
it
makes
depends. You can't,
sense, 'cause
even you
then
can't
it'd
take your pet dog there because
Yeah.
it might
No,
disturb.
you can't. No, you can't take dogs into national parks because they might hurt the animals. So
Right.
Or
why
right.
would
take
you?
a dump.
Why would you not be allowed to take your dog, but you can go around killing all the animals?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I can't take my dog, but I can shoot.
No.
Anyways, have you
That's
sent
pretty-
the thing to me anyway? Have
that's
you sent it? My
Who's
mate?
the? Hey Sean, who's the rocker that has his own hunting place here in the States?
Oh,
Nugent?
Ted Nugent. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
Nugent,
Ellie,
yeah.
if you came to Ted Nugent's property, he'd be glad to have you, and you would go on hunting. You'd probably use bow and arrows to hunt some of the deer too.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
hunting
or I would
grounds.
use a gun because I'm
There you
not.
go.
I'm not good at
Season,
bow and
yeah.
arrows. It's too hard to use.
He feeds a
plays
lot
some
of
of-
his. Oh, go ahead.
he plays some of his early music to kill a few of the animals.
There you go.
I say anyway, Osho, have you sent nothing to me yet, my mate?
I'm packing at the moment, Ellie, so everything's packed.
Oh,
All right.
So I'm moving back to Tasmania.
yeah. So after until you move
Oh,
to Tassie
cool.
to send it to me, correct?
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
cool.
Once I unpack everything, because I've got 60% of things packed up. That's why I've
So you're
been
not
on
going to
YouTube.
ever come back to Melbourne. You're not going back to Melbourne anymore.
Yeah, but not to live.
Yeah.
I'll always come to Melbourne because I've got friends here and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
And then you might come and see me. I'm your friend. I'm your mate.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll go and try not to kill stuff in the national park, Ellie.
No, I'm allowed here because here, Osho, they classified.
hey, Owen, just bring lots of beer and get Ellie all relaxed, and he won't hurt anybody in the national park.
Because here, anyway, like Wolf and Sean, they classified deer here and feral pigs a pest.
Yeah, sometimes there are so many wild hogs that they encourage you to kill them because there's so many of them, right?
There is.
Right.
Yeah.
And kangaroo, you coal kangaroo.
Yeah.
There's just too many of them.
Yeah, there is.
You can turn it into kangaroo jerky. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Be kind of fun to
see
box
that.
them before you kill them, though, right?
Fun to box.
Yeah. Yeah, that tenderizes them a bit.
Yeah.
Occasionally, it shows the real muscular one that they always have on TV. They show the real muscular kangaroo.
Kangaroos don't have any fat at all, so that's why they always look toned. Like when you cook it, you've got to cook it really rare and fast because there's no fat on it. So it goes.
What's it taste like? Does it taste like chicken?
No, probably not.
It's red meat. I don't know. Have you had venison before?
I have.
Deer. It's probably like deer because it's very lean.
It's in between deer and steak. It's beef.
Oh, cool!
It's not as gamey as deer. Deer's quite venison, quite gamey, and it's sort of in between the two.
Oh, then I'd probably like it over deer. Then that sounds cool.
Yeah, because deer gets a bit gamey.
One time,
you know that.
Yeah, one time someone fixed me rabbit in Peru, and I never looked at rabbits the same again. I looked like I couldn't wait to eat another rabbit. I'd see it hopping across. I'd see it hopping across the lawn. And go, man, I wonder how good that tastes.
Yeah, rabbit stew, yum.
Put some gravy on that sucker.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, wait.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's the rules about rabbits in Australia? Feral rabbits.
You can kill stuff to eat anywhere as long as you have permission.
Yes.
I want to see.
Yes,
I want to see.
Obviously, I do have permission in John Bucker's farm to kill the deer and feral pigs. He's got plenty of them.
Yeah, but it can't be in a national park.
Why is that? Yeah. I don't get it. It's stupid.
Because it's a national park.
It's protected, Ellie. It's protected.
They want
a national park means protected area.
Yeah. They want people to have something to look at. So
and for heaps of time, generations.
Hey, Andrew,
what's happening,
Andrew?
It's like you can't fish in green zones because they have protected things like turtles and stuff like that. They don't want you to hook and all that sort of stuff. So
don't touch the turtles.
G'day, Andrew.
Sonny, Pooh, and Sean.
Andrew
no, Sonny, don't do that.
No, Sonny, don't do that.
I sent you messenger about 3-4 hours ago, Sean.
Oh, you did? Oh gosh, let me check it out.
Yeah, Osho, can you help me with subscribers? And I need people to watch my videos. A lot of people. You got tons, Osho. Get them to watch my videos. Your friends and on the YouTube world.
Good day there, Andrew.
Good day.
Oh, good man. Thank you so much, Osho.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Yeah, the short tip reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm at now.
Has he?
Anyways, Osho.
Yeah.
We got Congratulations, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's super cool.
I sent out a message on my community tab.
And your watch hours?
On my Oh yeah, I need about 2,000 more watch hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
I'm at now.
So you do a lot of lives.
I know, right?
Yeah. I'm at now 1,390 subscribers.
725, Lone Wolf. Getting there, mate. Not far to
Woo,
go
woo.
now. You're on the home stretch.
Oh, someone asked me how am I doing on that, and I said just as I deserve. Yeah, I love my response to that.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Anyway, I'm at
What was it? Sorry,
1,390 subscribers.
I know eventually it's going to happen, so I'm not worried. You know, I'm having fun doing my thing here on YouTube.
Ellie got there pretty quick, didn't he? He got to 1,000 pretty quick.
Yeah.
You were on everybody's live stream though, right? Right, Ellie?
Yes.
I mean, you went everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, yours. Best live stream.
And it's weird. It's weird, Ellie, because you don't self-promote at all.
No, not at all.
I do sometimes, but I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to be careful, not too much self-promotion.
Oh, but you do it in the right way. You do it. I mean, kudos to
Yeah.
you, Ellie, because you do it, though. I mean, he who cries the most gets the milk, so you're getting the yeah.
I never do. I don't know why. I never drop links. I never do anything. Just I don't know.
I
why.
used
just
to
say
all the
hello to
time.
everybody.
Yeah,
used
you're
to
just
all the
friendly. You're just a
time,
friendly bloke.
And then I decided not to do that anymore.
Yeah. But
I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Drop
I'm at
links.
now anyway.
Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm at 1,390 subscribers.
Now I'm starting
how many
to
subscribers have you got, Ellie?
1,390.
Cool. I used to be the guy you keep seeing on everyone's live stream. Are there some days I can do that. I can jump on different live streams and be on different panels, which is fun.
It's too bad you can't get watch hours for that, right, Lomo?
Yeah.
I guess you can, right? Is that correct?
It's got to be on your own channel.
Yeah,
and
which makes sense.
I think it clicked on you, Sean Tuba. The birdie.
No, it's just a feather, Ellie.
Okay. He did yesterday. I saw it.
I do know that people that the channels that are consistent with live streaming daily, they get to that number really quick. Yeah. Or they seem to get the.
If you use StreamYard, you only get a percentage of watch hours.
Oh, so right here, nice. This is very smart. Oh, so this is my cookie.
But if you pay for StreamYard, you get full hours.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, because you're not paying for this one, are you? Because it says powered by StreamYard. Because it gets rid of the. Oh, he clicked himself off.
He pressed the wrong.
He'll get no hours now.
Actually, he might get hours because we're still on his live stream, right?
Yeah. Like what happened to you, Sean, too? But
when my power went off.
Yeah. I'm not paying for this one.
So you get. I think it's 50%.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, and then if you pay for it, whatever one you pay for, it doesn't matter which one you pay for, you get full watch hours.
Oh wow! If you could, Brett would have 1 trillion watch hours.
Yeah,
that's what Andrew said.
Being on other.
I love that comment. That's a pretty funny comment.
What's been happening,
1 trillion
Andrew?
watch hours.
Yeah, well, have you been up to Osha other than?
I bet he's been doing the school thing, but they may have finally hit school break. I'm not for sure.
Oh. Ellie's going to school for YouTubing, aren't you, Ellie?
Yeah, in WA in Wollongong.
No kidding? Are you serious?
Yeah, I learned how to, video edit.
Have you been yet? Have you been yet, Ellie?
I'm going, guys. I'm going because of this COVID thing.
You learn how to what? Video edit?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
So I can do my own video editing.
There's so many cool things.
Yeah, what program are you using, Ellie?
Now I'm not using nothing.
Oh, okay. You're researching on what's the best to use.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not researching. I'll just get them to give me the paperwork when I'm at
Oh, they're going to suggest something that you use, and they're going to teach you how to use it. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll use that program.
And
gotcha.
It'll be platform based. I would have thought if they're Apple people.
Because I'm using my laptop.
Yeah. Andrew says, "Yeah, I'm in college."
Good for you, Andrew. Yeah, you're never too old to go back to college.
The more you know, the farther you go.
Yeah.
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 Well, my stepmother is 68 years old, and she went back to college to learn updated Adobe software because she's a graphic artist. She's a
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Cool.
self-employed graphic artist. So she's always going back to school to get updated on her.
Cool.
You know.
Yeah, I shall help my mate. How's Muzzy? Where is he or she?
Muzzy is outside, I think. Outside
Probably
in the sun.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah. Laying in the sun somewhere.
What time is it over there? Like 3:00?
2:20 in the
Yep.
afternoon
Oh, I was-
on,
I
a,
was
on,
close.
on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
next day over there. Yeah,
It's 11:20 p.m. here.
Yep.
And
It is.
it's
I think.
8:19 over here. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Sean Timber. I think New York Giants have no hope this year for the NFL season.
Oh, okay. So we just look a bit of a segue into.
Yeah.
From survival to football.
Was it?
Yeah,
What time
exactly.
is it
We're
here? It's
talking-
11:20 anyway.
The gridiron.
Anyways,
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
I went
well,
to Andrew said I went to college to learn how to program my Nightbot. That's pretty funny.
nice.
Yeah,
I
you
love
learn
it.
how to program. You learn how to program it to say jacket po. That they're not allowed to write jacket.
That's
po, 'cause
that's pretty
Andrew
funny.
hates it when people ask for a jacket and it says po at the end.
I love it when he would play on some of his live streams. He'll play the different Star Wars games, and the computer will say whatever your comment is. So I started putting really funny, crazy stuff in the comments just to hear the computer talk it out.
Yeah.
And then
that's pretty good.
Andrew would
Yeah,
start laughing.
Lone Wolf says goodbye. Lone Wolf says goodbye again. Lone Wolf says goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
This is number 1,000. This is number 1,000. of
Lone
him
Wolf
saying
says
goodnight.
goodbye, babies.
Yeah.
That's no war.
Yeah. And sometimes they'll beat me before I can say goodnight, babies. Someone else will type it because they know I'm about to put goodnight, babies. That's pretty funny. I love that. That's pretty funny.
Good night, babies. Mm.
Yeah, it's good to have a thing on YouTube. I think some sort of like yours is that was it Mr. Goodnight.
Mr. Goodnight. And Andrew coined that, and it's perfect nickname for me because sometimes not only do I say goodnight to the chat, but I almost individually
Yes,
tell
Wednesday. Good.
everyone
Yes, good.
goodnight.
My video comes out tonight. Can't
So
wait.
that-
It's like when you watch a comedy, you're waiting for that catchphrase, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
and
when
sometimes
when
they
you
beat
join
me
the
to it.
chat, everyone's waiting for you to say a certain word.
Yeah.
NHL 22 is coming out this Friday. I can do more live streams with text to chat.
Sweet.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Wow.
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. And
You're gonna be the Brewers.
I
Not the
wonder who
Brewers.
was the one that taught me Talong.
Talong?
Sonny's going to
Yeah,
bed.
he taught me that word.
Talong. I think it's gonna be a long time.
Yeah, you're the one who taught me that word, Talong.
Talong? Did I?
Yeah, the eggplant, yeah.
Back in the day?
Oh,
Yeah, Messi's live stream.
Sonny's
Time to
tired.
go to bed. Time to go to bed, Sonny.
How old is
Good.
Sonny, Sean?
He's 4 years old.
And
Oh,
how long
wow.
how long was their lifespan? Roughly?
About 35 years on.
Oh wow. So only 31 to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he may outlive me.
So you'll put Sonny. He'll put Sonny in his will. I need Sonny to be let go in a national park where he can talk to other little birds.
You need to fly him down to Colombia and let him say goodbye to his
Sonny
cousins.
with his little cigar. I miss my buddy Sean. He was awfully good to me.
with the collars up, looking nonchalant.
Yeah, with the little tiny margarita next to Sonny's. I'm hitting the sauce. I'm hitting the sauce since my daddy's gone.
Sonny didn't outlive Cher though, did he?
No, yeah,
No.
he hit a tree
Yeah.
and hit the bucket.
Was trying to
That's
branch out into other things and it just backfired on him.
I love that. Hit a tree. That's pretty. He really did hit a tree. Oh, poor Sonny.
Ah,
Sonny Bono.
ah. I got you back.
I got you. See
I
you
got
back.
that tree, babe.
I got you, Buck.
I got you, Bug. Another one bites the dust. Dun, dun, dun.
So you're pretending you're asleep.
Aww.
Yeah, she's pretending.
Aww.
Ah.
Like, don't wake me up. I'm taking a nap.
Brush your teeth.
Oh.
Brush your teeth.
Oh, brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. Go brush your teeth.
I thought that was a dog barking. You're telling a dog to brush its teeth?
Yeah, my little Daniel doggy. Right.
Yeah, I shall tell Muzzy to brush
Good
his
night.
Oh, God.
tell Muzzy to brush his teeth or her teeth.
Yeah, I've got this green. It's called greenies, and they're shaped like a toothbrush, but they're made up of vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
They're good for dogs to chew, and they brush their teeth at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Mary, you ate brownies.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah, we had brownies and ice cream. You have to brush your teeth afterwards.
Wow,
Well, then
I
you-
need.
If you don't
I
brush
need-
your teeth, you're going to be like me.
Andrew,
Take your teeth
look
out.
at Wendy. Come here.
Okay.
Come open. I will cover you, my friend.
Who doesn't like brownies and ice cream?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yummy.
All right.
Papa! KFC.
Well, wait, KFC.
Brownies and ice cream
Deborah
are
Hey,
the best.
g'day, Deb. Hey, Deb.
Hi,
Brownies
Sister
and
Deborah.
Brownies and ice cream are the best.
Princess Arte's in the house.
Woo,
Lane,
woo.
Lane, what about peanut M&Ms?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like peanut M&Ms.
you
Yeah.
can sprinkle
too.
that on
And
ice cream
cinnamons.
too.
A little bit helping.
A little bit of the peanuts are a little bit of healthiness.
Yeah, there you go.
Hmm.
Yeah, just call it trail mix while you're
Except
chomping on
if,
peanut.
except if you've got an EpiPen.
No.
Yeah.
Salt
Then
chip.
they're not,
Oh,
then they're
yeah.
not real great. They're not real
Right.
great then.
Right. Gotta have the EpiPen. Wow.
So now,
Wow,
anyway, so is the cinemas open
Hey,
now?
Deborah.
Yeah, so
Wow,
is the cinemas open now?
What, at 2 o'clock?
No.
Oh,
so,
no. Not because of lockdown. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see
that's
what
what
you
I'm
mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I can go anytime I want to watch a movie.
So Ellie, your area just got relieved from lockdown, right? Is
Yes.
that what I
Praise the
understand?
Lord. Hallelujah.
And- How about the people of Perth? They didn't sound like they had hardly any lockdowns.
I think it's going to come to them. Like, if you watch Adrian Gibson, it's going to be like me, no show. Freaking bored out our brains.
Yep.
No, it's too far away. Western Australia is too far away.
I just love the fact that Perth went
Well, I
about
mean,
its
no show, they're
business
going to
way.
get cases. You watch how Jack said.
It,
They're going
it
to get
looked
cases.
it looked like Perth went about its business while everyone was being busy locked down.
Tasmania hasn't had a case for a year or so.
I think I heard somewhere they're starting to see the numbers go down here in the States.
Yeah. When am I allowed to go to my dad's friend's farm in Darren?
Actually, I learned from the Bill Maher show that it looks like we're almost seeing the light at the end of the tunnel now. Which is
Why is that?
Just because of all the numbers going down. So,
Oh, okay.
So that's some good news that I heard on that show. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the variant is going to put a wrench in that thing, I think.
You know what blew me away with the Spanish flu is hearing that it just seemed to disappear on its own. That, of course, it was deadlier, but it's wild the fact that thing just went away on its own. That blows me away.
Yeah,
And
eventually we become immune through herd immunity.
When was that? What was the Spanish flu?
1900s.
Yeah. And what's funny is there'd
be less travel as well, so it'd be less spreading.
Yeah, but it was super deadly. It killed people quicker.
Yeah.
Really
People were getting around in boats.
It
what
was
about
really deadly.
the plague? The plague was a very bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that
You
was
know
due to the traveling with the trade, the spice trade.
Mm.
Yeah,
The black
humanity
plague
is.
came from the rats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and at first they thought it was the cats, so they killed a bunch of cats.
Oh, I know, right?
But it was actually from the rats. And then you know what? The simple washing of hands stopped a lot of disease too.
That's
Just the
right.
regular washing of hands stopped a lot of disease. So that's pretty cool.
I can't believe people stopped buying Corona beer when Corona.
Oh yeah.
And that's funny you should say that. When the news first came out that this hit, I thought they were going to recall Corona beer because it's one of my favorite beers. And then when I heard it was just a pandemic, it's like, cool, my beer's safe. And then that's terrible. Yay!
No way.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's yeah, and they took a hit, I think, because people at first misunderstood the coronavirus.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I guess I didn't realize this. Coronaviruses have been, because they were looking at how quickly these things got formed, these shots.
Yeah, give me a second.
And come to find out,
I'll be back anyway. I don't have to take my pet dog outside so she can do her business.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
They've been studying these different coronaviruses for years, and I didn't know that. Yeah, so I didn't know that about it. They've been studying them for a long time. But yeah, anyways, there seems to be a light at the end of the tunnel.
That's good.
Yeah, and I love seeing these stadiums full of people now. I didn't realize how the fans really do make the sports. It's so neat to see people. Yeah.
Yeah. Without the fans, it's nothing.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe I traveled 3 months ago too. So, and then not this past Monday, but the Monday before, I got my Pfizer booster because I got my 2 shots in January.
You got it early, yeah.
Yeah.
So when after you have your second one, how long until you have your next one?
I believe they say you either wait 6 or 8 months. I think it's 8 months. So I was already 8 months out from my 2 shots, so I was able to go do the Pfizer booster.
Depending on what shot you get.
Yeah. I don't know if the other ones have come out with a booster, but I know Pfizer has come out with it.
Yeah, Moderna hasn't come out with the booster yet.
Yeah.
So my daughter and I had Pfizer last week. And
oh, cool.
We're speak of the devil. Here she is.
Hi Molly.
Yeah, and I think they do the shot. I think they do the shots weeks apart, right?
Yeah, so we got a next one 3 weeks later. So
yeah,
not next week, but the week after.
Yeah, and then I believe 8 months from your second one, then you can do the booster.
Okay.
Yeah, and from what I understand, the boosters just help to extend the protection. Is how I understand the booster, just to extend that protection out longer. So, but
yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah, but I'm excited. What's funny is my wife. I was laughing so hard. She goes, "Yeah, we're protected." I said, "It doesn't work that way. The medicine has to travel through your body first." Mm-hmm. I don't know how long it takes to travel, but
that's true. Yeah,
it's funny how the people that say the choice. They go, we should have a choice. You know how some businesses now, if you haven't got a shot, you're not allowed in there.
Right.
And then people say, well, I should be able to have the choice whether I have the shot or not. And they're saying it's wrong for the business to do that. Well, if you've got the choice to have a shot or not, the business has got the choice to say you can come in or you can't. So I love how people want their own way of choice, but won't let anyone else.
That's what's that say? They want their cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't do that with the flu shot though, right? Because I know people that take the flu shot. I usually take the flu shot every year.
Yeah.
So I believe that's why I probably didn't have a problem with the other kind of shot.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't do flu shot was because I was getting sick from the flu shot, and
okay.
I figured I would just boost my own immune system.
The flu shot isn't the flu anymore. The flu shot is a different strain thing. So they're not actually injecting flu into you.
Yeah, what I learned
It's
from
changed.
what I learned from the flu shot, it's like a 60% effective rate, and they guess what strain it is. So
Right, the more popular ones.
they're literally guessing what. And if they were to try and cover you for all the strains, you'd have to do more than one shot. I think the lowest amount of shots they got it down to cover all the flu strains would be 3 shots. But I think some scientists are working to get it down to 1 shot. But so far, I think the lowest they've ever gotten it to is 3 shots. So,
Oh, interesting.
but I've always only done 1 flu shot, and that's the one they're trying to guess, whichever that may be. And I don't even know how they do that, how they guess which flu they want to protect you from. So, but I usually get a yearly flu shot, but I'm holding off on that because I just got the booster. So I got to ask my doctor when I should take my flu. I usually take it sometime in October, my flu shot. But
yeah, I was not getting sick from the average flu just by washing my hands and watching what I touch and touching my face and all that. I found that I was much healthier.
Right. I know a lady, her airways totally closed up when she took the flu shot. I guess in rare cases that can happen to somebody. And so in her case, I understand why she's not doing anything. Because if a regular flu shot does that to her, I imagine she would be worried about the other kind of, So some people have medical reasons, which I understand. Here's what I didn't realize. You still could be, and this came out on CNN. I can't remember how long ago it came on. But all these people that had their shots, right, or been fully vaccinated, at first they were thinking they couldn't transfer the corona thing, but they ended up being some of the people that transferred it.
Wow.
So
yeah.
But what can you do? That's just it.
That's life.
But
survival of the fittest.
But I love the TikToks that come out about it though. They go, well, wait a minute. Since you're fully vaccinated, then you should be safe from me, even though I'm not. You know what I mean? So I used to love seeing those come out on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Well, some of these numbers. Sorry,
but I mean, it would show 2 people debating, and then the person that's not would say, "Well, why are you worried about it since you are?" So, but
everyone's a doctor now, aren't they?
Well, that's true too. Well, what got me inspired to do it in January, because I did it pretty early, is all they had to do is show me a video of someone not being able to breathe, and I was like, "Okay, sign me up. I'm good."
No kidding.
When I saw that, I was like, "Yeah." And what's wild is, I guess they had trouble in some countries getting it, so the United States and some of the other countries were trying to share it out, so more people could get to it quicker. So,
but it's still not getting to places where it should go.
Oh, you know what killed me about Europe is when they held off on it so everyone could get it at the same time. I'm like, really? You're fighting a pandemic? Why would you do that? So,
that's wild.
So Europe could have gotten taken care of quicker if it had not done that. So it just shows that human beings don't understand how disease works sometimes. I think that was a case where it might have been dumb holding it off, waiting so everyone gets it at the same time. That was, but hindsight's 2020. I shouldn't judge folks for that. So,
judge or be judged. How God says.
Well, diseases will always be with us as long as we are human.
Oh yeah,
they'll always be around us.
I think one things I found interesting were the people that had recovered from it, because there was a large number of people that did recover from it and got antibodies naturally. So, and George Carlin talked about this a long time ago. He talked about how they used to go swim in these waters they weren't supposed to, where they probably had all kinds of yucky stuff in. He said, we were building up our immune system, right? Is what George Carlin said. He said, one of these days you're going to make your environment so clean that a regular bug's going to come and get you and take you out.
He's so right. He's so right.
And he said that in his stand-up a long, long time ago. So
he's right.
He says, and I had some cousins like that. they clean their place so much, or their mom cleaned their place daily, that it seems like they caught colds and flus easier than anybody else because their whole environment was so clinically clean all the time that when they did get around a little someone with a little sneeze or whatever, they would catch it like, So there is something to be said about building up your immunity. So
and
here's the other thing no one's talking about, which is and the United States is guilty of this. Tons of us are overweight and out of shape and getting old, and those were some of the factors of people not surviving. But no one's talking about getting in better shape or building your immune system. Nobody's talking about it.
Right.
Instead, they're. But see, we live in a society where we always want to take a pill for everything.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the right thing, we'll just say, "Well, just give me that pill."
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
what happened to Ellie?
I think we were talking over his head.
Yeah, let me put Ellie back on here. I think there he is.
Yeah, I did boo boo.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you just wanted to swap spots with me, didn't you, Ellie?
Sorry about that.
Right, mate?
Oh, occasionally it'll kick me off. That's what cracks me up about StreamYard. You could be in mid-sentence and it just, and I've had to put myself back. That's happened to some of the other live streams I watched. The host gets booted off their own thing and then they have to come right back in.
Yeah, the mobile is even more sensitive than the desktop.
Yeah.
What is Bessie live?
That's true.
Bessie just live.
That's true.
The donut show. Did Bessie live? Oh, no, not yet. She's going live in 48 minutes. Oh, show Bessie Joyce.
Oh,
she's going
Joyce?
live?
Yeah, correct. Join my live
premiere.
and play bingo members roulette with Team Francisco official.
The world premiere. You heard it here.
Oh, okay.
Bessie Joyce.
49 minutes.
Yep.
And then
G'day, Bruce. G'day, Bruce.
Hey, Ellie, can you see on there if Darren Dobson or the Hapsters is going to do a live?
I'm looking now.
Can you see on there? Usually when I file through the names, there's usually like a little live red icon by their name.
Yeah.
I usually don't schedule mine out. I have tons of them that do, the ones that do the daily live stream. They schedule theirs out.
Oh, yeah. Depends if,
The famous Sean Tuber does sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
What happened to your camera, Sean?
Before I knew what I was doing,
Your camera, where's your camera going, Sean?
It's dark here, ONC. It's dark. You can't see me.
Do you remember I showed Kev?
Well, we're gonna see you less now when you shut your camera off.
Anyways, I showed. Anyways, guys, please. I showed.
Oh, wow.
Kev Curtin song. I'm not going to say the bad word on the first dates.
What's this?
It's a song.
Is this one of those wild topics? Oh, okay.
It's a song.
What's the
it's
question?
A Australian singer song. Kevin Curtin song.
Kevin Curtin.
Yeah. Do you beep on a first date?
Do you blank on the first date?
Beep.
Kevin
Whose
Bloody
live
Wilson.
stream is that?
Yeah.
Whose live stream is that?
You mean Kevin Bloody Wilson?
Yeah. He's a singer. He sings that bad.
Oh.
It's funny. I don't want to put it on no because I don't want him to get in trouble or get a copyright strike.
On first
dates, I appreciate
that.
that.
Does your dad own a brewery?
So, some of the Filipino live streams,
yes, that's what I say.
They come up with some wild topics, especially when they're talking about relationships. They cracks me. Some of the topics are
coming up with this.
I think Bell had a topic was really funny. Is like, would you prioritize a poo or sleeping? It's like, okay.
Oh yeah. like either or is more important than the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When the or sleep.
When the pandemic first hit, we had the apocalypse of the toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys did, but I love what Survivor Man said. No one needs to poo that much where they got to buy a whole crate of toilet paper. No one needs to poo that much. Yeah. He said, "You guys are crazy."
When you got to shit, you got to shit.
Imagine people at the counter buying these big crates. And
oh my God!
When it first happened, what's your excuse? Oh, I'm going to do a lot this weekend.
Yeah,
I'm getting curries all week.
I'm having a lot of guests over this weekend.
Yeah, in the Thunderbox.
Yeah, we're gonna have a concert at my house. We got several porta potties we're putting outside. So,
some of these makeshift masks were pretty funny in the beginning of the pandemic too.
oh, they were hilarious. Yeah, they were totally hilarious. At my work, I still got to wear a mask, and I actually wear two of them because they're both cloth masks. So,
oh, okay, like the gun Glock.
Yeah.
Too.
But I like doing that instead of wearing the N95 one because that one's a little tougher to breathe in. So I just put on two cloth masks. So, but it's cool though. Once I step out my building, I take it right off. Or when I jump in my vehicle, I take it off. What's bad is when you get so comfortable with it, you almost put a drink to your mouth and you got a mask on. That's kind of
yeah.
I was showing No More Bushcraft and Sean too, but you want to listen to something funny? I found it on YouTube ages ago. It's called It's Funny. F-A-R-T, fart sound. It's funny. They always think I'm, doing a stinky one and two, but I'm not. It's a fart sound effect.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, listen to it. It's funny.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I ate some extra burritos.
Incoming!
Sorry about that. I ate some extra burritos.
It's actually the silent ones you have to listen. You have to watch out for.
Yeah, silent but violent.
Silent but violent. I like the one that smelted Delta.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh God. Excuse me.
What have you been eating, Ellie?
Nothing.
What have you been eating?
I just had a yogurt for lunch.
Perhaps you need to start eating something.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in line and somebody farted in front of you?
Oh my God. Yeah. Maybe a long time ago.
What was your reaction? Did you say something to him, or did you ignore it?
I pretend it didn't happen, or sometimes I used to love to say, "Jesus Christ, what died in here?"
One of my mates when I was a kid, when we were like 15 or 16, he used to love going to shopping centres, and he'd do a fart in the aisle, then he'd walk all the way down the rest of the aisle, then he'd wait for someone to walk through it. To
walk straight through it.
They're walking along. Oh,
wow.
You see the face.
Hey,
that's a disco fart.
Okay. Are you sure that? And that's not copyrighted, right?
That's John Travolta, is it?
Ellie, you might get Lowen in trouble with the beat there. Oh, poor Ellie.
You're, as Andrew used to say, you're out of there.
Yeah.
You can just mute.
Oh, well, yeah. Whoops. You're out of there.
Yeah, I can understand the fart sounds, but then once you have beats to that,
music to it, you're out of there. That's pretty funny.
When you've got beats to your farts, you're taking it far too seriously, I think.
or you're enjoying your farts way too much. I guess that would make you a fart connoisseur if you start adding music to your farts. So.
My friend got tired of people saying "excuse me" so much that whenever somebody said it to him, he'd say, "Oh, it's okay. It didn't smell."
Oh, Ronnie Dangerfield says, you know you're polite when you fart and you're by yourself and you say, "Excuse me."
It was great, Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah,
Just
he's
love him.
pretty. No respect. No respect.
Yeah, I got no respect. I got no
Yeah.
respect. I got no respect.
Oh, yeah, I got some Rodney Dangerfield CDs that are hilarious. And some Red Fox, too. Red Fox is pretty funny.
Red Fox. Wow.
Yeah. I'd like to thank y'all for coming out this evening to my stand-up. If not, I'd be breaking into your homes right now. It's nice to be emceeing here with all these beautiful ladies. Matter of fact, my old lady is dressed like somebody's brother. Matter of fact, my old lady is somebody's brother. Yeah, Red Fox was funny. Dave Chappelle's cool because he can not only make you laugh but tell a story. He does a kind of comedy I call thinking comedy, where he makes his audience really think about different topics. And he's not afraid to take on really pretty wild topics, which is cool. But yeah, he's got to be one of my favorite current comedians. Oh, and then Anthony Jeselnik. He goes, I don't believe comedy has to be funny because I would like to make a statement here. He said, why is it so controversial to drop a baby? And he said, have you ever dropped a baby? He goes, people get so upset when you drop their baby. He's one of my favorite comedians, Anthony Jeselnik. He always pushes the envelope, right? It's so funny. He said this one girl wanted to save our relationship by trying to have a baby. So I told my sister that's not going to work. So yeah, so the audience is going like this. They kind of they don't know whether to laugh or be mad at him. That's why I love him as a comedian. So
he's backstage, Ellie. He said.
Oh, is he backstage? Let me look. Oh, what's up, Ellie? Give thumbs up if you know not to play any music or farts. Cool.
Or musical farts.
Or musical farts too. Yeah.
Yes.
I got a Ellie.
How you going? I'm just now on Instagram.
Hey, long time no see, Ellie.
Good.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah,
How you doing?
What's been happening? How many subscribers have you got?
I got 1,390 subscribers.
Okay.
And how many watch hours are you at now?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. If I got 1,394 public watch hours, I need more watch hours.
Cool. And where's Mrs. Ellie?
I would love to have a Mrs. Man. Oh, yeah.
Ellie, is there a girl that's dedicating songs to you in different streams? What's going on there, Ellie? I heard a little rumor.
Hey.
Wow,
I wish. Exactly.
We have many wows.
Yeah.
What's going on, Ellie? Do tell.
Hey, what's her name?
Hey?
The one that's dedicating
If I knew her
songs
name,
to
I'll
you.
tell you, but I don't know her name.
Look
Ellie
out.
and this girl sitting in the tree. KISSING.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Yeah. Here's your mommy.
Look out. Ellie B. I see him prancing like John Travolta in Saturday Night Live movie. Staying alive, huh?
Whether you're a mother or whether you're a brother, you stay. So, Ellie, who is it? Who do you think it is, Ellie? Do you have a little clue, a little inkling of who this
Who it
might
could
be?
be?
The lovely lady.
I have a choice. I don't know. If I knew, I'll tell you. I'm being honest with you.
But what do you have an inkling? Do you have any clue?
You have a suspicion.
Suspicion, yeah. That's
I don't know.
Word. Super sister.
Yeah.
Ellie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Good day, mate.
So obvious it's a lady that wants to be around kangaroos and koalas and
Probably.
and wild boars and
Indeed.
And obviously
And
wants to
desert.
kill animals in national parks. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, and have a
Kill
lot of
animals.
babies. have a lot of kids. Why not? Hell yeah. Yeehaw.
Wants to hear you say the phrase, "That's not a noise. This is a noise."
Well, wowee. Ellie, do you reckon hopefully she goes for the Sydney Swans, Ellie?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Look out.
Wow. I'll be interested to know who this girl is, Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
me
you
too.
can take her out into the ocean and go spearfishing.
Well, go
Wow.
away, like, no way.
Not in the green area.
Not-
Not in the brown area too. The
Not in the green area.
hamsters! Mega love,
Hey,
shout out.
what's up, Mama H?
I'll give you a
Hi,
gentle
Mama
big hug.
Hamsters. Aloha.
Hola.
G'day,
Aloha,
Mama H.
How's it going,
How are
Mama
ya?
H?
Long time no see. The hamsters.
Mama H in the
The
house.
hamsters.
Woo, woo. Mama H is cool.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's a legend
She's awesome.
forever.
She's a legend forever.
Yeah.
The A team is here. I love it. The A team's here.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba. Bum, ba, da, bum, bum, ba, da,
I pity the
bum,
fool.
I pity the fool that doesn't come check out my live stream. That's right.
Oh,
Good it
I
is.
saw a funny show. There was a funny show of when people do stupid things, and Mr. T was hosting it, and it was one of these blokes that fills up the car and then drives off with the nozzle still in the car.
Right.
Right, so
Oh,
he
God.
drives off and it goes twang, and then Mr. T goes, "I pity the fuel."
I pity the fuel.
I thought that was great.
That's classic.
And he had all those really heavy gold chains. That was wild.
You know, that's funny because that's still a thing. People like wearing gold chains like that.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
a trip.
that's funny.
Well, maybe, I mean, daydreamer. I'm a daydream believer. And then I've never tried lots of chains, so I wouldn't know what it's like.
I only like just one single chain. I don't even wear that very much.
You haven't been in the hood long enough.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. My hood must be Leave It to Beaver hood. Or got a bunch of vanilla ices walking around.
G'day, Mama Age.
I like this saying.
You gonna come up?
Honestly,
You
I
gonna come
said
up and say g'day?
wait on the
Well,
Lord,
yeah.
be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Yeah.
The baby Jesus.
I got
Yeah.
that from Talladega Nights.
Ricky Bobby. Yeah.
Thank you for my son, Texas Ranger, and we pray to you, baby Jesus. Y'all can pray to grown-up Jesus, but we pray to baby Jesus.
Yeah.
That baby Jesus, so darn cute.
In his sweet, swaddling, innocent clothes. Yeah. Oh, what else do I have? Oh, I have a T-shirt that says "I'll be back, Jesus." It's got Jesus with some sunglasses. At the bottom of it says "I'll be back," and it's got the white Nordic-looking Jesus. I got to show it to you guys.
Does it give you any sort of time frame?
You know what's funny? For the Baha'is, Jesus may have already come in another personage, come and gone. I don't know if y'all knew that about the Baha'i faith, but
No.
right.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah. That's another whole video. But I got to show you my T-shirt. Let me show you my T-shirt. It's one of my favorite T-shirts.
What about Rocky? That's an old movie.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's a rock star, yeah.
Wow, I don't remember them being sunglasses.
Jesus is
back in
rocking
the
out.
day.
Yeah.
I don't remember their sunglasses back in the day.
Yeah. Hello
I'll be
there.
back.
I'll be
For
back.
the
Jesus
reckoning.
is here. I've decided to join the Lone Wolf Bushcraft YouTube channel's live stream. Welcome to
I love the accent.
Welcome to After
Isn't it-
Dark with I'll Be Back,
He's-
Jesus.
It's not. His lips aren't even moving either. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm using Lone Wolf Bushcraft as an ventriloquist dummy.
Wow.
How's it going,
Where's your hand?
y'all?
Where's your hand?
Well, I'm so awesome that I don't need any hands.
So what's in the back?
I'll be back. There's nothing in the back. Oh, that'd be classic if there was.
If it said something. If
it said
I'll be
like,
back,
here I
and you
am.
turn around and then if you say going
Hey,
like that.
hey, I like what one comedian said. Why Jesus hasn't come back? There's a story where God's asking Jesus to come back on his second return, and Jesus said, "Wait a minute, do you remember how they treated me the first time I was there?"
Hapster says, "What the heck?"
You're doing his voice really well, Lone Wolf.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing. There's a girl on TikTok. It looks like she's talking to a green alien, and she says, "Yeah, Jesus comes to our planet at least twice a year." And this human being goes, "Jesus comes to your planet twice a year. What do you do for him when he comes?" He says, "We give him his favorite chocolates every twice a year." He goes, "Hasn't Jesus visited your planet?" And it's such a human being going like this because Jesus hasn't come back to Earth yet.
Yeah,
because the alien goes, "Well, what did you do to Jesus when he first came to your planet?" And the human being goes,
"Yeah, we just tortured the poor guy."
"Yeah, we just tortured."
I love it when Lone Wolf talks as Jesus and he holds the T-shirt up so we know who's actually talking.
Yep.
He holds the T-shirt up. Oh, that's been a long time since. Then he puts it there to do his talking. Then when Jesus talks again, he puts it back.
Ventriloquist.
I'll be back, Jesus. When are you gonna come? Are you gonna come here anytime soon? I don't know. I have to get back with you on that. But yeah, I love y'all.
From the hood now. He's from the
I
hood.
love you. I love y'all so very much. But y'all couldn't pay me enough money to come back there. Oh, come on. Can't you come back to? Well, I don't know. Last time y'all put some nails in me, and yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Every time we flash back to him, his accent changes.
I actually think I'll be back. Jesus is pretty cool. That's right. If don't forget, if the church, if the church Jesus don't love you a bunch, I'll be back. Jesus will always love you. That's right. You can count on me, baby.
I think I like the British accent Jesus best.
Yeah.
I'll say, "Oh, chaps, this is your friend. I'll be back, Jesus. I know you caused me a lot of pain the first time, but I'm going to stay here with my heavenly Father instead."
Sean said, "Oh, girl."
Sean said the British accent.
Well, I can do an Australian accent too.
Thank you, Mama Hapsters. I appreciate that.
Oh, crocky! I liked it when I welcomed Erwin to the heaven. Oh, he was really awesome, chap. We had some chips and fish, and we really appreciated it. I like Steve Owen here with me and my heavenly Father. Me and Steve Owen, we had some fish and chips here in heaven, which is most excellent. I wish you all the very best, but I'm not coming back for another century because I didn't like how I was treated the first time. But I still love you all. I just need to love you all from afar, only because of what you did to me last time.
Yeah, he's going to come back, and whoever doesn't believe in him, he's going to do the same thing that those Romans did to him.
Well, yeah. Only thing is, I
didn't know what accent to do there.
Well, no, I think that part is mistaken. I think he may, if the Baha'is are correct in the personage of Baha'u'llah, it looked like Jesus ended, or it even the person who Baha'u'llah is, who personified or basically glorified Christ's station. You can go to Baha'i.org and it'll tell you more about Baha'u'llah's station and how he glorified Christ. Of course, the Baha'is wouldn't appreciate that I did that with the "I'll be back, Jesus." That's totally not a Baha'i thing to do.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
that's not kosher.
That's a lone wolf, non-kosher comedian that's not sponsored by the
Yeah.
Baha'is at all. It's so funny because I grew up Roman Catholic, and then later I became a Baha'i.
Mhm.
And man, I think I've been a Baha'i. Man, I've been a Baha'i as long as I've been married. I've been a Baha'i for 29 years, and I've been married for 30 years in February, and I've been a Baha'i. I became a Baha'i just before I got married,
Cool.
and I ended up marrying a Catholic girl. But I knew
Cool.
where she was coming from because I grew up Catholic. So
Right.
Isn't Buhai a house in Tagalog?
there are Baha'i houses of worship all around the world. The one in India looks in the shape of a lotus flower. It's a pretty beautiful Baha'i temple. The Baha'i holy places are in Haifa, Israel. And the Baha'is made an agreement with Israel that they wouldn't teach the Baha'i faith there in Haifa, Israel. But they have the holy places there. So how interesting. I've never seen a religion do that, make that kind of agreement with somebody.
Probably secret.
Yeah, so. But you know what's funny? People are constantly asking them what it's about, and they say they can't say because they made an agreement with Israel not to teach it.
Oh.
But how funny that its holy places are there.
Remember,
And
Sean,
guess what?
Our Lord is a jealous God. He is.
Yep.
Glory to him.
Yeah. Well, I believe God is one, and the Baha'is teach that God is of one. It's just one God. So it goes along with the Abrahamic faiths like Islam and also Christianity and Judaism.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I like what Baha'is just want world peace. They don't want much. So
exactly. I want it too. I don't want.
We're not asking too much.
Yeah. Well, there's two ways it'll come about. Either mankind will make a conscious decision to reach that, or things will wax so great we'll be forced into it.
Ah.
So, wow, I went from comedy to talking really serious. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow,
I actually love doing my comedy more than getting serious.
Yeah.
I do a lot of comedic stuff when I go on other people's live stream. This may be the
talkative,
first.
Ellie?
Yeah, I'm just being careful, learn the host talk show.
I love my heavenly brother Ellie because I used to oh my God, I used to have rose-colored glasses when I was a baby Christian, like super rose-colored glasses.
Now they're just blue.
Oh my God.
Glasses.
Check this out. This girl walked up to me. I was working, and it was a young girl that I think just came from a workshop, a religious workshop. She looked up to me, "Excuse me, sir." And I said, "Yes." She goes, "Do you know Jesus?" And like, she was really, really young. And I was like, "Yeah, I know Jesus." And of course she's, here's this person who hasn't had life experience yet, or haven't been hit by life's really hard experiences yet. But I understood what she was witnessing, right? So I understood she was doing that. But God bless her soul. I mean, I had rose-colored glasses like that. And then when I saw how crazy the world was, like, oh, shit, man, it's wild out here. So, yeah. But what's funny, I would love to talk to that person again because now they've probably had life experiences. So,
Hi, Harkasper.
I'm good, thanks, Hapsters. Long time no see. Yeah, I'm packing, moving to Tasmania. That's why I'm moving.
Tassie, where the Wolf Brothers live.
Yeah.
So are most of your friends and family there, Owen?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's
so.
Cool.
What's going to happen to the house you live in now, Osho? This one here, Melbourne, that you're in now. When you move back to Tassie.
Well, we're moving back to Tassie. We're only renting this house because we moved over to here so Melly could do her school over here. Mm-hmm. Now that she's finishing, she's going to go to college. She can go to college back in Tasmania. So
Tasmania.
We'll go back home. G'day, Heart. G'day, Heart.
She's so sweet.
Tulog.
I'm not saying no comment about that person.
Who?
I'll tell you later, Osho. And when we're off live
Oh,
streaming.
I thought of love is
Hey,
out
JB Vlog.
in the nature.
JB
JB.
Yeah.
JB
I
vlog.
thought Lone is out in nature. Look out. Oh, probably because of the little fake. I love that light, how it mimics like a candle behind me. I remember one time I was showing off my lantern, and Owen thought I was outside. I had this room pitch black, and I had the lantern going. And then when I turned the lights on in the room, he's like, "Oh, he's not outside," but it did make it look like
Yeah,
I was
it's got
outside.
that flicker like it's a flame.
Yeah.
They call him Flicker. Flicker.
What about B and Duncan? Osho?
Heart
Yeah.
Gasper says, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, baby," or "Oh baby."
Oh, baby, she's taking off you, Lone Wolf, I think.
Look out.
Oh, the
Because-
thumbnail.
Because of your thumbnail. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Sometimes StreamYard will choose a thumbnail for me. And
Just random?
Yeah. And what it says Lone Wolf Bushcraft, and then it shows it's a picture I took when I was in Europe. So it looks like I'm in some large national forest. So that's why she thought I was.
Did you
It's
kill
showing-
any animals?
Nope. I didn't even hug any animals either. So did you kill any animals?
You're not allowed to you're not allowed to even hug animals, Ellie.
I really did. I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't hug the wild boars. They may jab you a little bit.
With their tusks.
Yeah, there you go.
What about the drop bears?
The drop
No,
bears.
Thank you. No, thank
Is-
you.
There's this one bear it's black, and I think it looks really strange. It's a real thin looking bear. I can't remember the name of it.
A polar bear.
No, it's not a polar
Hey,
bear.
Brad.
It's
G'day,
all
Brad.
black, I
G'day,
think.
Deb.
It's an all black bear.
Hey, Brad, my heavenly brother.
Hey, Brett.
What's up, Brett? How's it going? Brother Brett in the house. You
Yeah.
missed I'll Be Back Jesus, Brett. He was here.
Jesus. We
But
need
don't-
Jeebus. We need
But
Jeebus.
don't worry, I'll Be Back Jesus will be back again in another live stream with a
Yeah.
British
Oh, it
accent.
needs
Yeah, the
to
sweet-
be a feature now.
The sweet
Look
little
out.
British accent from I'll Be Back Jesus
I'll
was
Be Back
great.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, it needs
Yeah,
to be
we-
a feature from now on.
There you go. One time I played him at the start of my live stream. It was hilarious. I had
We need
him.
Jeebus. We need
I had
Jeebus.
I'll Be Back Jesus was talking at the start of my live stream. It was hilarious. It was pretty funny. And I know people were scratching their head when I'll Be Back Jesus opened my live stream. That was pretty funny. I loved
Yeah,
it.
we need Jeebus.
It does need to be something on the back there, Sean, doesn't it? Needs to be something
Yeah,
on the back of
absolutely.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just him
I
going,
told you I'd be back.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean Tibber, when's the next time you're going to play the Monster Hangman again? That was cool. That was fun yesterday.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
okay.
fun. The only problem is I have to pay for StreamYard if I want full credit for watch hours.
Okay.
another segue.
Yeah.
Hi,
Anyways, let's talk about the NFL now. The New York Giants.
Anyways,
hey, Brett. How are you, Brett? Yeah.
let's jump into
Yeah.
another segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, clocks are back in fashion.
Clocks are back in fashion. I love it.
Yeah, boy.
I didn't talk clocks either, so let's just stick to one topic. Move on to
Pot
Let's
kettle.
stick to-
Pot kettle. Hi, Osho.
Hey, halfwit, what's
Halfway!
happening?
Hey.
Bloody Kiwi!
Hi, Sean. Hello.
He's a good man. Halfway!
G'day, Half.
Halfwit's
the top.
a cool
He's a-
chap.
He's a top fella, Half.
Yes, he's a good
lad.
man. He's a bloody stinky Kiwi.
At first, I thought you said bloody stinky tea leaf.
Oh,
I hear stuff people don't even say. That's hilarious.
Yeah, anyway, Sean, too, but I think the New York Giants need to get some good trade picks for next NFL season.
Yeah. Yeah.
here
They'll
we go.
probably get the
Again,
top pick.
Arnie's, no.
Yeah, I'll Be Back. Jesus hasn't picked the Super Bowl winner yet, so I think he's
Isn't it?
waiting for more of the season to play out.
He needs to get out more
Buccaneers
often.
to win again because they got Tom Brady.
I bet no swearing, Ellie.
They got Tom Brady, the Buccaneers.
There
That's
you
right,
go again.
hamsters.
There you go again.
It's
Love,
a
love,
football
love.
team, Oso. Wake up.
That's funny. I'll be
You
back.
clown.
Jesus says that phrase, hamsters. I told
Oh, so
I'll
you're
be back.
clown.
Jesus.
No. Hapsters, not hamsters.
Hamsters.
Hapsters.
Sorry. The
Hamsters,
hamsters.
What are you saying, Lone Wolf?
Sorry
What's going
about
on,
that.
Lone
The
Wolf?
hamsters.
You bloody Kiwi.
You better be careful, Lone.
I swear there is
We've
no
got-
alcohol in this half.
We've got Ellie talking about
There's
Buccaneers.
no alcohol in here.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tom Brady and the Bucks.
they'll win it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that, Ellie.
That's pretty funny.
Everybody hates Tom Brady because he wins too much.
I know. It's
Do they?
Jeez.
I don't. I think the GOAT is cool.
Yeah, you gotta love a guy who's a winner.
He really is a GOAT. I love how I loved how everyone passed on him because of his physicality, and now they're all kicking themselves because they. And what's funny is when he was going through when he first came on with the Patriots, right? Why he was going through their what's that thing they go through
Training camp.
or what? Yeah, when he's going through training camp, I think he was number 4 quarterback on the depth charts, right?
Right.
And so they all thought he was crazy because he was going to look for a house in New England. They go, "You're number 4. What are you looking for a house in New England?" So he still did. He still purchased a house in New England, and then eventually he moved his way up on the depth charts. So even when he was in training camp, people were counting him out.
Yeah.
So
he believed in himself.
yeah,
There you go.
So I love that he didn't listen to his detractors. I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. Hey, it is 12:17 after midnight. I got to get up for work early in the morning. But I appreciate my awesome co-host Sean Tuber, The O Show, and Ellie's Adventure Vlogs. You guys rock. You made my live stream very enjoyable. The people down in the chats made it enjoyable. Thank you. I'll be back, Jesus, for making a special appearance.
He was crucial. He was a highlight of the show.
That's classic.
Thanks to the British/Aussie/American. I'll be back, Jesus.
And
Jeebus! We need Jeebus in our life.
We'll see you in the next one. And goodbye, Bruce.
Take
Bye
care.
for now.
We'll see you later.
Good night, babies. Take care, everybody. Take care, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks for making an awesome live stream. You guys rock. That's so awesome. Thanks for joining me as well, Ellie. You rock, my friend.
Thanks, Lone Wolf. You rock too.
I appreciate it. Super awesome. I'll talk to you later, Ellie. Take care, my man. Later, Gator. All right. So that was really cool. Thank you, Sean Tuber. Thank you, The O Show. And thank you, Ellie's Adventure Vlogs. You guys made this an awesome live stream. And thanks to everyone down in the chat. I'm going to show you guys comments off real quick. I tried to do this at the end of every one of my live streams. And yeah, let me go down here. And like I said, it's my way of thanking you guys for showing up to the live stream. I appreciate it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I got to show off the character I'll Be Back Jesus late in this live stream, which was fun. Make sure you guys check out these channels whose names I'm showing off here. And like I said, I try to do this at the end of every one of my live streams. I try to show off these channel names. If you end up liking the content of these channels' names who I'm showing off, please consider giving them a like and a subscribe. So a lot of cool channels came in here tonight during my live stream. So yeah, I appreciate every one of you guys that showed up for my live stream. For those of you who end up rewatching this live stream, please check out these other channels as well. And yeah, the majority of channel names I'm showing off here, I am already subscribed to. So please give them a look at. And then if you end up liking their content, please give them a like and subscribe. Also, comment down below on their videos as well. And the cool thing about you liking and commenting on their videos as well, it helps that particular creator let them know which content you want or which content you like. So, yeah, Mama H is one of the ones that live streams daily. She does daily live streams. So Mama H came in here. Risa, I believe Risa live streams daily too. Heart Gasper, she's one of the channels that also live streams daily. She's a really cool channel. And she sometimes does some workouts on her channel, which is cool. And then the Hapsters shows off different parts of Hawaii, which is really cool. And sometimes she's done a few food vlogs, but then sometimes she's showing off different parts of Hawaii, which is pretty cool. JB Vlogs is one of the vlogs I like going to and watching the live streams, which is really cool. JB Vlogs also has some really cool topics, and she's also into running. So JB Vlogs is a really cool channel. And yeah, she goes on lots of runs, both out on the street and also sometimes out in the hills, out in nature. So JB Vlogs, pretty cool runner. I enjoy visiting her live streams. Awesome personality, and just a pleasure to watch her live streams. Same thing with Heart Gasper. I enjoyed watching her live streams. And then here's JB Vlogs. I do enjoy going to her live streams. Pretty cool. I enjoy the Hapsters live streams because I like seeing parts of Hawaii every once in a while. So I enjoy Mama H. Her nickname is Mama H. And once again, it's the Hapsters, not the hamsters, the Hapsters. That's the name of this channel. The Hapsters channel is really cool. Like I said, she shows up, she vlogs in Hawaii, which is really cool. I'm not going to pronounce this channel name, but thanks for popping in. Please give this channel a look at. And yeah, if you end up liking their content, give them a like and subscribe. Brett Glasgow, he helps out a lot of channels. He also, when anyone has a live stream, he also shares it out. So Brett Glasgow's a really cool channel, and he shares out a lot of live streams. Deborah Orat, she live streams daily, and I pretty much go to her live stream almost every morning. Deborah Orat's channel, so that's pretty cool. I'll have to check out this channel more often. So yeah, I need to check out this channel more so I can learn how to talk about that channel more. But like I said, Deborah Orat, while she's doing her live stream, she comments a lot on people's comments when people come into her live stream. And like I said, I usually visit Deborah's almost every morning. If I don't get to visit it, I think this morning I didn't get to hit it. But I usually go to her live stream almost daily, almost every morning. Halfwit. That's a Halfwit channel. Thanks, Halfwit. Thanks, Halfwit, for showing up to the live stream. Thanks, Mama H. The Hapsters, aka Mama H, showed up tonight. That was pretty cool. Here's another channel I'm not familiar with, but I need to go check out that, and I'll need to go check out that channel's content. Whoops. Where was that? There we go. Sean, he does a mixture of karaoke, but he also does a game called Hangman, which is pretty cool. And there's times I got to go to Sean's live stream, and we laughed a lot while we were playing that game. JB Outdoors and more. Hey, bud, keep up the great work. Love your content. Thanks, JB Outdoors. I appreciate that, man. JR, AK Lone Wolf Bushcraft, really appreciates that. Have a good rest, Lone. Thanks, Halfwit. You too, man. So thanks to everyone. Thanks for everyone who got to enjoy this live stream with me. I enjoyed hanging out with you all. Once again, thanks to my co-host, the Owen from the O Show, Shanti Uber, Sean from the Shanti Uber channel, Ellie from the Ellie's Adventure Vlogs. Thanks for hanging out with me. JR, AK Lone Wolf Bushcraft, appreciate every one of my co-hosts this evening. And thank you all for chilling out in the chats as well. And your boy JR is signing off later. Take care, everyone. Take care, guys and gals. Peace. Later, Gators. And I'll see you guys in the next video, or I'll see you in the next live stream. Take care, everyone. Peace. Have a good night. Later, Gators. Cheers. Take care, everybody.